Hi everyone, welcome to my channel.
Oh,
This
wait.
is May.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Talia Lee. This is May, my roommate. You guys have met her before.
Hi.
And today we're going to be doing a going vegan / our vegan journey video. So I've been wanting to do this video for forever, so I thought that May could join because she's vegan too. Okay, so we're breaking this down into what, when, where, why, how, and then a little Q&A after that you guys send in questions for. If you guys have more questions, make sure to leave them down below, or you can go follow us on Instagram and DM us.
Oh my god. Yeah, follow me on Instagram.
Yeah, I'll leave it in the description. So, what is veganism? Like, what do we normally eat? So basically we don't eat meat, eggs, any dairy products, like anything that comes from an animal.
I think people a lot of times don't realize that fish
Yeah, fish
are
is
included in that.
Yes.
I don't eat fish.
What do we normally eat? I mean, I feel like it's very different for us.
Yeah, and it definitely depends on like whether I'm at home or at school, and like sometimes I'll have like really healthy days, but then like yesterday we ordered Chinese food, so I had that for dinner and then lunch today.
We still eat like out and stuff.
Yeah.
And like go to like Chipotle or whatever.
Yeah, there's plenty of places we can go.
Yeah, which is nice because that definitely like wasn't the case like a few years ago.
Yeah, definitely. Everywhere really has at least a vegetarian option.
I eat like a lot of oatmeal and tofu. I love tofu, and I know that's so basic, and some people hate tofu. Like I know vegans who hate tofu, but I just love it for some reason.
I love tofu.
Yeah.
It's so easy to make so many different things out of it.
It's like we both like smoothies.
Yeah, smoothies are big. I
Which
love
is
smoothies.
Also very like typical.
Typical vegan, and like avocados.
Yeah, avocados. So when? You can start.
Okay. So I went vegan last November, so that was November of 2017. So I've been vegan for a little over a year now, and I went vegan while I was in college, so while I was at school, like in the dining hall, so that made it easier for me.
Yeah, which was definitely different. Like we had very different like time of our lives that we went vegan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So I went vegan April of 2016. So that was my junior year. Yeah, that was my junior year of high school. Yeah, that is crazy. So I've been vegan for almost 3 years. Yeah, so that was different because I was living at home, and I think at first my parents thought it was like I was going through a phase and everything.
Yeah.
But I had already switched over to like almond milk and stuff. So really the big thing was like, because they bought my groceries at the time, so like getting tofu and stuff was definitely different. There was like, I could tell the point where my parents realized like, oh, like
she's actually
like,
gonna do this.
Yeah, like she's vegan, like it's not a phase kind of thing, is when we were having like, this is so random, but we were having like spaghetti and meatballs one night, and my mom was like, oh yeah, like I'll pick you up some vegan meatballs or whatever, and she like found them in the frozen section.
That's sweet.
Yeah, and I was like, oh.
That's always nice when they like accommodate for you.
Yeah. So this next one is where. So I just wanted to like put this in there, I mean to keep with the theme, but also because like the same month that I went vegan, I went to visit my family in Portland, Oregon, and it's very vegan friendly there. I don't know, it just like made me realize that like being vegan was possible.
And when I actually tried going vegan the summer before my freshman year of college, and it lasted like 2 weeks because I was at home, didn't really know a ton about it. Like my mom bought me groceries, and like I definitely wasn't prepared for it, I guess, so that like just didn't even become a thing. I like ate meat again after that. But then when I was at school and went vegan, and I also had Talia, she like also like kind of inspired me to go vegan too.
That's so cool.
As stupid as it sounds. Because like it was something that I had wanted to do already and I had tried doing. And I was like, you know what, like I have this friend here now, there's a vegan section in the dining hall.
And you realized it was possible.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. Yeah. So that totally helped out, and now like here I am. So it's a lot. It's just like you need to find, if you're like thinking about it and you're struggling, it just kind of, you might either like
find your time, like find like what works for you. Like some people go like overnight, like they'll just go vegan.
Yeah, which is what I did. I literally decided I was going to be vegan like as I was out to dinner and I was like eating a chicken sandwich, and I was like, this is my last non-vegan meal.
Yeah, and like it's definitely, I mean we'll get into more like how we went vegan, but like some people transition too, so yeah, it just like depends again, like who's buying your groceries, like if it's still your parents or if it's you or whatever, or like who you live with too.
Yeah.
So the next one is why. This is like our number one question that we get, obviously, and it's always like hard to get into it because like there's so many different aspects to it.
Yeah, and I feel like sometimes when people ask and then you start talking about it, it seems like you're judging them for not being vegan, and it's like that's really not the case.
Yeah, it's just like, you asked, I want to give you an
answer. Exactly, like I'm
opinion.
just gonna answer you. And
yeah, I never try to be like preachy about it. Like if they like want to know more, like they'll ask.
Once someone asks me about it and shows that they're interested, or if I'm talking to another person who's vegan or like interested in going vegan, then it's like I could just not stop talking about it.
Yeah, and we'll get into that later, but like we live with 2 non-vegans and like it's never been a problem. Like they're very like open-minded to it. Yeah, okay, why? I guess now we're actually talking about that.
It took a while.
So I like to always say like the 3 main things are like environment, animals, and health.
When I initially tried going vegan, it was because I watched this documentary on Netflix called What the Health. So I watched that film, and it was, as you can guess, it's called What the Health. So it was just really focusing on like how healthy it is to go vegan, or how unhealthy it is to eat meat and dairy products and like just animal products in general. So then once I watched that, I was like inspired to go vegan. So like that was a big reason. But then also in that, it talked about the environmental impact the animal agriculture industry has, and it's like I feel like most people have heard about how bad it is, and it's just crazy. Yeah, and so then like on the animal side, like that wasn't initially what drew me towards veganism, but then like as you kind of do more research and stuff, so now that's totally a big part of it too. You know, like I definitely. Animals are treated so badly, and like there's no way to humanely kill an animal. So like
that's
such an oxymoron.
Yeah, I guess like for me it was definitely the environment at first. I like already ate pretty healthy. Like I don't know, I feel like for most of my life I've just eaten healthy, so it's not like I wanted to try some like diet or anything, because like the word diet has like negative connotation.
I definitely don't think of it as much as a diet. It's just more of like a healthier lifestyle.
Yeah, and like I never watched any documentaries, and still to this day like I haven't watched any because I'm like waiting to watch them with people that like want to maybe go vegan or whatever. Anyways, yeah, so it was definitely like the environment, like deforestation was a huge one, and just like reducing your carbon footprint. Like I've always like loved the environment, and I just like felt hypocritical, like in my own opinion I felt hypocritical like contributing so much to the dairy industry and like animal agriculture and like supporting that when it was literally damaging our earth and like our environment.
Yeah, exactly.
That was so crazy to me, and I just didn't know that like, oh, me like eating vegan for one day could have such like a ripple effect, I guess.
And it's like, think about how you went vegan, that inspired me to go vegan, that inspired Liv to go vegan, and it's like, one person I guess isn't going to make a giant difference, but if you think about it, it's like a ripple effect, domino effect. Like think about how many more people are vegan now in 2019 than in 2019.
Exactly.
10-year challenge.
Yeah. Transitions us into our how.
Yeah.
So like how we went vegan, and like I said, I transitioned and you just went overnight.
Yeah.
So definitely very different, which is kind of cool that we have such
we have like both sides of it. Yeah, so like I said earlier, I was literally just like at dinner with a friend and we both decided to just go vegan. I don't know, did I tell you? Did I like come back and I was like, hey, guess what? I'm vegan now.
I don't remember.
I don't remember telling you. I feel like that would have been such a moment.
Yeah, that is crazy to think about.
Yeah, in our dining hall, they have like a little vegan section.
Yeah.
So that was easy because I could always go there, and then if that stuff was crappy, because it often was, I could just make a salad or I always had something to eat. It was never an issue, you know?
So, like I said, I transitioned for a few weeks, so that was like during the time that I went to Portland actually. So like I did go to a cheese factory there, like I'm not gonna lie. I also did not know that there were coffee creamers out there that were vegan. Like I had never noticed them before because I wasn't looking. So I remember that took me a few weeks to actually like give up, and I like found alternatives that are like just as great, if not better. And also vegan ice cream was like a huge thing. Like when I found vegan Ben & Jerry's that was like just as good, I was like,
because I can't tell the difference at all.
Oh no, and I'm honestly like in shock like how many options there were. So like I think that's why I transitioned at first, and just the fact that I was living at home and I was like relying on my parents for like eating their groceries and stuff. So yeah, I just had to like find what worked for me.
Yeah. But yeah, you have to cook a lot more. And it's honestly so fun. I love cooking now.
Yeah, Pinterest like is your best friend when you go vegan. And now for the Q&A. So Haley Schultz on YouTube asked, I have always wondered if you can get enough protein from eating specific veggies or if you need to supplement with B12 pills and tofu type things. So we definitely get enough protein. Like
definitely.
That's like a myth right there.
It's such a myth, especially because I don't know where you'd find this information, but I saw it in the documentary I watched, is that people who, like the average American right now has like 2 times the protein intake that they need and then half as much fiber as they need. Yeah. So like going plant-based, or at least like eating more plants and eating less meat would kind of even that out, because you definitely need fiber. You're gonna get that from plants, and like
leafy greens definitely have protein in them, like broccoli and stuff too, but also like beans and nuts. People don't realize that too.
And they definitely have enough in them. And then for B12 vitamins, I have them and I don't take them. I know I should. I just always I think I left them at home.
B12 I'm pretty sure like most of society is like insufficient B12.
Yeah. Because you just get it, it's like in meat products, so that's the only...
But that's because it's given to the animals before they kill them.
Really?
Yeah. The only like natural way you can get it is if you, like it's in the soil that you get your veggies from. But I think just like find what works for you. Bailey Murray on YouTube asked, I've always wondered how mentally hard it is to make the transition. I'm trying it next month and want to know what I'm getting into. Do a lot of research and like find what works for you. I know I keep saying that, but honestly it's true, because like it's gonna be tough at first for sure, definitely, until you get into like a routine, but also so that you don't give up, so that like you have that motivation.
Yeah, exactly, because
you have to be prepared for questions, and like don't feel dumb or bad like if you don't know the answer to a question.
Exactly.
Like there are some of these things that like we're answering, and I definitely was so scared that people were gonna ask me about like protein at first. I was like, I don't even know like what protein is in, like or like things like that. People make jokes like all the time. Yeah, and it really doesn't bug me that much, to be honest. Like
it really doesn't, because it's like I know that I'm happy with myself being vegan, so it's like no one's gonna be able to like make me feel bad about being vegan. You know,
so I think just like really prepare yourself. It's a change, obviously.
Yeah, it's a big change in your life. And
and you will feel restricted at first, like you said, but to realize that, like, it's actually not
and I love being vegan. That's the thing. Like, at this point, it's like, nothing really bothers me that much anymore.
Yeah, you just have to, like, get through the first month of, like, trying it out, to be honest. Lily Day on YouTube asked, cheap and easy meals in college to make sure you're getting enough iron, etc. So this is very applicable to us, because we have our own kitchen this year. Yeah,
I'll have, like, milk and cereal. And then, like, I have a salad for lunch this week and for dinner. So, you just, like, you definitely do need to be, if you have your own kitchen, you need to get used to cooking stuff, basically.
Yeah, for
That's the best way to do it.
Because otherwise you'll be spending so much money on, like, pre-prepared foods.
Exactly. And all of that stuff has, like, so much sodium in it.
Yeah.
Like, if it's, like...
Or, like, sugar.
Exactly. So, definitely, like, make your own stuff. And then you know what's going into it. And then it also, like, becomes more of, like... something you enjoy, because like you're making your own meals, and like you can find out what you like. It's like kind of gets to be more of like a skill and like a hobby.
So we try to just go for like the cheap produce.
You choose what you want to splurge on and like what you want to be spending your money on.
Yeah.
And like literally a meal as simple as like rice, beans, and frozen veggies, or rice, tofu, frozen veggies, like that's wicked cheap, and it's not unhealthy, you know.
And like I said before, just like look on Pinterest and even Google.
Minimalist Baker is my favorite, and I haven't really looked at a ton of other websites, but Minimalist Baker is my favorite because the whole thing is that it's like minimalist. So like all of our meals are either in one bowl, they take under an hour to make, or there's less than 10 ingredients. They're always so easy to make, and they're so good.
But yeah, we can leave her link down below.
My favorite vegan treat, like something that I would not have all the time because it's definitely not healthy, but favorite thing that I will splurge on is this vegan grilled cheese that I make. So it's just whatever bread you want to use, and then I get vegan pepper jack cheese slices, and then vegan pesto, and then avocado, like sliced avocado in it. It is so good.
So
and it'd be even better with like sliced tomatoes, but I just never really had that. So
I got this vegan Reuben sandwich, and it was amazing. Oh my goodness. Like it was so good, and I sometimes think about it, and that was like 2.5 years ago. So
that's amazing.
Abster7 asked what made you go vegan, but we definitely already touched on that.
Yeah.
So, but thanks for the question, anyways. So if you have any other questions or you want us to go like in depth on some things more, just like leave them down below, or like I said, follow us on Instagram.
Yeah, clearly we enjoy talking about
Yes.
it.
This is probably such a long video, but so make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Turn on my post notifications if you want to see more videos. I'll probably do more with my roommates, obviously. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in my next video.
Bye. Thanks for having me.